Gale. He is a human warlock. Specifically, he belongs to the cartographers that are based in nowhere. His family is relatively well known, one of the top map makers, and that is probably perhaps in due part to his family's patron. But much like Nick, that's all I'll say on that until much later.
Dennis Merlin. He wants to run a magic shop in the future, but every magic item he makes either falls apart or catastrophically fails on use for some reason. And he's a graduated wizard from Frozen, and he's inherited an ancient book that contains terrible secrets, even though he can't keep a secret to save his life.
I am Kagura Hayashi. I am a Fox Hengeyokai rogue, pretty much a runaway noble who got tired of being cooped up in one place, aced all his life, and decided to roam the land.
Grisura the Virulent. Originally, she grew up in a town with her human father and orc mother. But when she was a child, her village was attacked and destroyed by bandits, who not only slain her parents, but sold Grisura into a gladiatorial slave ring and to this coliseum in somewhere. For years, she fought viciously for her own life, and only after fighting in a rebellion to save herself and the other slaves that she found freedom. Now she's traveling the land of Mayhem, searching for a new purpose.
Rura? She's a bird, basically, a bird person. She's based off a roadrunner. She grew up, well, technically, slightly grew up in Full Mother City, but she was an orphan. Arakakra aren't really known in this region very well, so no one really knew how to care for her, so she was bumped a lot from foster home to orphanages all over the place. So she never had any parents, didn't really know what it was like to be a part of a family or anything like that. Then she got captured and started being sold off because of her rare race. She was saved by somebody who took her out of that and has felt very indebted, to them. But a bandit attack separated them, and she was off on her own. So at the moment, she is lone wandering ranger.
Vierna Tessin, a drow cleric. What happened was she was a talented but unruly daughter of a crime lord in the capital, and eventually said crime lord sent her away to wizard school to learn some discipline and also magic, because that's what you do at a wizard school. And a few months later, she got bored, dropped out, and ran off to become a pirate. And she really liked being a pirate, but her captain eventually decided that he wanted to go into the slave trade, which he responded with a mutiny. And then, well, that got crushed, she got marooned, and then she was eventually saved from being marooned by clerics of the sea god Sashkalas. Eventually, she joined that clergy out of, well, really more out of gratitude than anything else. And she's based out of, they're in Fulman now.
Ala, she is a centaur druid from the cold region of Mayhem. She is from a druid tribe which is going up north to explore the issues of the world.
Alexander Goldgale. He is a human warlock. Specifically, he belongs to the cartographers that are based in nowhere. His family is relatively well known, one of the
Welcome everyone, welcome back to Followers of Mayhem. So we've got a grand game and stuff to do. So in the last session, whatever you like to call it, you all decided to undertake a mission for the leader the leader of the guards of the town of somewhere. For 70 gold, you are to take out the raiders or that have set up blockades and are stealing or bribing to get money out of traders that are passing by. After defeating one group who immediately tried to surrender after they realized you were dead set on killing them, you walked away with a little bit of money and you came back to town to rest up. It is now the morning after. You are coming down the stairs. The room has a group around one table quietly discussing something together. And at the bar is your friendly neighborhood neighbor. Just, he looks to be sort of half asleep. But he does jolt awake as you slowly creak down the stairs. And he stretches. Morning.
Morning, Bet.
So,
Morning.
You want some breakfast?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds lovely.
Depends how much you can charge us.
Yeah, I mean, breakfast will cost you about 3 silver each.
Better than nothing.
So, who wants some food? I'll go in the back and start making it.
What do you got?
Change?
Breakfast.
No, really?
Sure, I'll take some breakfast, I suppose.
Alright, he takes your money and writes down 1 on the note. And then he says, alright, so that's 1 for breakfast. Anyone else?
You have change for gold.
Yeah, I have change.
Okay, because that's all I really have right now. Sorry.
He takes your gold and he gives you the exact change. And anyone else?
I pull out a gold coin and using my thumb, I flick it over to him.
I do the same.
He blinks a bit and then he laughs and says, "Giving me a tip, eh?" But he counts out the silver and hands it.
I just give him 3 gold. I mean 3 silver.
He takes it and then he says,
I place the gold on the table.
Alright, I shall be back shortly. And he heads into the back room and for the moment you are left alone. The only other people in the room being the group at the table. There's 3 humans, 2 guys, a girl, and another 2 guys who were gnomes. They were just quietly discussing something.
I'll go curious and walk over and approach to say hi. What you guys talking about?
They glance up and you can see that they appear to be, farmers. I mean, a town like this does have some croppage, but not as much as the major city London. The female one looks up and gives a smile and says, "Oh, we're talking about the Feast of the Moon."
Feast of the what?
Alara tilts her head questionably. Feast of the what?
You don't know about the Feast of the Moon? It's, she
Okay,
chuckles and...
Can I roll some kind of check to see if I know about it?
You may.
What do I roll?
History.
That is not one of my talents, but let's see what we got.
History. Ew.
You have a vague recollection of the name, and one of the guys speaks up and he says, it's the Winter Feast. On the 28th of the 2nd month, most towns get together and, we make a big feast to celebrate the end of winter.
That's not something we normally do at my town, sadly. Well, thank you for the information. Is there some kind of trouble going on with it?
Not at all. We're just discussing who is going to be dating this lovely woman here for the winter feast. The woman goes red and says, "Guys, enough." They all share a laugh and then they continue eating breakfast. By this point, Naybert has re-emerged and is slowly divvying out plates. It's pretty modest. There's a piece of toast, some eggs, and a little strip of bacon.
All right.
Here you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thanks.
So
Yeah.
you eat up, and now you have the day. You intended, I believe, to go and take out the rest of the raiders so you'd get paid. Did you not?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Right. So what do you do?
Actually, before we take off, Alexander, leans forward and he says, "Hey, Bert, talk to you for a minute."
Sure thing. And he comes over.
He says, "Did you catch wind of anything going on while we were asleep? Like, has anything changed? I guess is what I'm asking."
He thinks for a moment and he says, nope, not really. I mean, this town is pretty quiet.
So, no word of any new traders coming in, bandits,
No.
No, nothing at all. It was just, the two groups that were blocking the road and making it hard to, get trade in and out. Which is why,
Well, let's go make that 0.
he gives a thumbs up and he says, "Great." So, are you heading out?
Yeah, Rua looks a little unsure if this is going to work out like how we almost lost somebody last time. I really hope we don't lose anybody again this time.
I've got a plan, so don't worry.
I wouldn't worry, Rua. I'm sure we'll actually come up with a plan this time.
Yes, and I actually have devised one. So, let's get moving.
How about we stop at the apothecary first and get some health potions in case our cleric decides to jump into the fray again without the rest of us.
And
Sounds
no,
like
Vierna, just walking up to them and attacking preemptively is not a plan. Especially when you don't run it by the rest of us and just run off into the front line while the rest of us are like, what, 10 yards away? 20?
I think it was 50.
Or more, I think, yeah.
Well, anyway, so to summarize, we should probably go visit the apothecary to see what the cheapest potions they have are so that we can just chug them once one of us goes down. All in agreement on that one?
I agree completely.
Sounds fair.
Alright.
That keeps us alive.
So you head on out to the town of Nowhere, and you remember where the apothecary was, Alex, and you all remember where he pointed to it. Do you head on over?
Yep.
Yeah, let's get a quick quote on what exactly is the best value we can get at the moment.
Alright. So, you head on over, and a gentle ting of a bell echoes as you enter, and you see a man with black and white hair and a mask over his mouth glance up as you enter. He gives a soft nod, and I'm going to stop that because I messed that up, and we'll go back to this. Okay. Regardless. So, he, the place smells thickly of different types of incense and tinctures. He, nods as you enter and says, "Hi."
Hi.
Hey there.
Rua kind of like looks around a little unsure. It really smells in here.
Sorry, that's probably me.
Oh, no. I don't mean you. I mean,
Bruh, how insensitive.
I
Now,
didn't
mister,
mean him.
mister, do you use up any kind of herbs or any kind of herbal medicine?
Yeah. I mean, I've got, like, one to help you climb better. I've got healing. Got one that'll make you tougher.
Healing sounds pretty good. What's your best value healing potion?
He reaches under the desk slowly and pulls out a small, book and leafs through it. The cheapest one is, 50 gold for one.
Yeah, we, don't really have enough for that. I mean, if we sunk into the funds that we just got the other day, I'm sure we could probably afford one, but,
I don't think it's wise right now.
I mean, I did learn cure wounds just recently. I can only do it like twice, but
He,
why am I on my own? Because I got a black screen.
Oh,
sorry,
I
I'll
have
fix
control.
that. I'll fix it. Keep going.
But yeah, seems like currently we're probably relying on our people here who actually know how to heal. So,
About half
how
the party.
confident is everyone here with the healing of wounds and the magical variety?
Pretty confident in myself personally.
I mean,
I just learned this.
I'm not a healer.
I just learned the
personally.
spell, so it's hard to say.
Any healing is good healing.
I mean, these potions, and he puts a small potion of healing on the table. It's a joint effort between me and her name's Dra. She runs the wizard's shop, the magic shop. She's a wizard. Oh right, name. I'm Badith Breathist. My parents say to be.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I am a skunk.
Rua sweats nervously, feeling even worse at what she said.
That was very cruel of your parents. I'm sorry.
It's fine. So, do you want a potion or one of the other less common potions, or
What's a toughness potion going at?
he opens his book, reads through it slowly. You're probably not gonna like it. It's around 300 GP.
Yeah, that's not possible at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get what you pay for, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I shouldn't. I guess I shouldn't have expected it to be cheaper. I mean, for goodness sake, it's a toughness potion. It's basically like turns your skin to stone, right?
It's actually it makes your skin as tough as bark.
Well, there you go. I mean, for something like that, I imagine there's a lot of other ingredients that go into it, and yada yada yada. Anyway, yeah, well, seems like our current tactic is to just rely on those of us who can heal, and you know what? I trust you guys enough to do that. So, seems like we better get a move on then. Sorry to take up your time, mate. Yeah, mister.
It's fine. If you're do you think you could do me a small errand?
Depends what the errand is.
He holds up a letter. It's sealed with a heart shape. Could you give this to the Adra from the could you give this to her?
The person in the witch shop now?
The wizard magic shop. Magic. Yes, it is magic.
I'll do it as an apology for what I said before.
He smiles and he says, Take this potion of healing as thanks.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
Kagura just looks at the letter at her and grins.
Kagura just takes the letter and puts in healing, and she goes, "Thank you.
Have
I
a lovely
promise I will
day.
deliver this."
And may your life be full of pleasant whatever.
I'm a messenger bird. So yay! So I have potion of healing now, right?
Yep.
Yay!
Alright.
Seems like Brain's still having issues.
We'll get to him when he gets back. Regardless, you head on to the magic shop. As you enter, the entire place is one very small room. And behind a makeshift counter that seems to be more of a table than anything is a small cot and a pot, and on the one side is the cot and on the other side is a small stove, the kind you'd see if you went to camping. To your right is a small shelf with a few items. They're rather haphazardly placed with no seeming rhyme or reason, and as you examine the walls, you would see these swirl patterns. And Alma and Fiona, you'd be able to tell they look like runes, vaguely. As you emerge into the room, you see a figure jolt and a clatter of things as she rolls out of the bed, scrambles to the counter and places her hands down and goes, hi, I'm Dra.
Hello.
Hi, you here for magic items, yes?
No.
Oh.
Not quite. I was told to give this to you as a favor, and I hand her the letter.
She opens it and she gives a puzzled look, and as she reads it, her face slowly turns from blue to pink. She rolls
Why
it
is your
up
face?
And coughs and says, no reason.
But why is it pink?
Drive is magic.
Like
so, welcome. Feel free to look around.
Okay,
I still don't get it.
Sounds like that letter is exactly what I expected it to be.
Dra gives a huff and says, Dra is magic. Magic changing color. Lizard folk.
Rua looks at Kagura and she goes, "What do you mean by that? What's the letter for?"
I'll tell you.
we'll tell you when you're older.
I'll tell you once we're out, Rura.
Okay, one, I'm not a kid, thank you. And okay.
So, what do you do?
Vieira's kind of just idly glancing around at the stuff. Like she doesn't really have anything in mind.
Alright. So, stacked haphazardly, there is a bit of cloth that is hanging off some boots. And on top of a spell book is a set of 3 scrolls. And just underneath the shelf is a set of armor that appears to be smoking.
Ooh, smoking armor.
I look at the smoking armor, right? and I say, "What's this?"
Dry, smoldering armor. It smokes.
That's it?
She nods.
Test. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. And just as
Yeah.
just as she says it smokes, there's a soft and Dennis appears in front of the armor.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
You exist.
I do. Last I checked. Although your voice sounds really garbled on my end.
Moving on, regardless. Yes, armor smokes. That's it.
But why would you need armor that smokes?
Okay,
It's cool.
But won't that give you away, though, if you're out in the field?
It's cool.
Okay, I put that back down and look at the cloth up in the boots.
The boots. Yes, they are a special item. You can make different tracks.
Tracks?
She glances to Alar and says, "Well, as long as you're not a centaur, yes, it could make humanoid tracks. Like you can make."
And the cloth?
Oh, this is... And she pulls the cloak out and sends everything clattering to the ground. And you see that it's a cloak. And as she holds it, it begins to billow. This cloak...
Cloak billowing.
Yes.
I see.
She chuckles and says, Dra from distant lands. Tried to become adventurer, but Dra not really good. So Dra opened a magic shop instead.
I know the feeling.
So, what are your wares going at?
She coughs a bit at that and says, "Aha! Dra not get many customers. As most folk north don't appreciate magic. As far
That's not very nice of them.
as far as Dra knows, Dra is last magic shop up northish."
Oh, well, I'm not entirely sure about that. I mean, but you are currently the only shop in town.
She nods. Nowhere, small town, mostly maps.
We do mostly make maps. And Alex just smiles.
She smiles back.
Are you two friends?
Oh, no, I haven't met her before. I mean, like I said, I never really came in here. Just,
Yes, photographers rarely come in. And she sort of narrows her eyes briefly, and then turns and says, and picks up the spell book and turns toward Dennis. This spell book immune to water.
Ooh. Sounds like a great thing to have, but I don't have money yet.
She looks disappointed and she says, well, adventurers, yes? You come back?
Yeah, maybe it's best we go finish the task, get money, and then come back for stuff.
She makes a fist and just gives a pump of it and goes, yes.
Dennis, aren't you in debt?
Dra, see you soon, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
She gives a happy smile and then goes, great. Thank you for coming to Dra's store of magic. And you see her head towards the front, the door, and just slowly turn the open side to close. Dra has errand to run now.
Good luck, Jack.
See you later.
I have dramas look up. Could and she looks to you all expectantly.
Alright, we're leaving. Oh, where's Mims?
Oh yeah.
I meow, says the cat on your back.
Which
Oh, yeah.
one? Oh. Was he there the whole time?
Meow.
Sounds
I
about
say
right.
yes.
All right, everyone. So we got a backup potion for the next voyage ahead. So how about we head on off?
As you exit the shop, you see her close up and then glance around and hurry towards the apothecary.
Apothecary.
Multi-gear. Okay, so why was her face red again? Can someone explain to me?
Has no one ever told you of the birds and the bees?
Oh,
I am a bird.
slowly make her way to Apothecary.
He sent her a love letter.
You would find
Oh,
the door
really?
closed and another closed sign, and another sign on the door saying closed.
Oh.
Basically, do not disturb.
Elias very sad.
see?
He walks back.
You see, Rora. It seems our apothecary friend is in fact smitten with the magic shop owner, and he had you deliver her a letter from him stating as such.
Oh, that's sweet. But then how come he didn't just go to tell her himself? How come he had me go?
He's a coward.
Some people, Rora, some people are just too nervous to confess love.
Oh, that seems like a waste. But okay, I get it now.
So,
It just seems easier just to tell somebody right to their face than just write something down.
so, you all begin to head out and begin to make your way towards the last barricade.
Is it raining?
It is not, but there are...
Yeah. Oh. Oh, well,
Anywho,
so,
on the way there, Desmond asked, so what happened since I vanished?
You missed breakfast.
Yeah, we woke up,
Okay.
got breakfast,
went to an apothecary.
sent a love letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then got a free potion. I have at least one potion of healing, so.
And now we're going
Okay.
to deal with the other half of those bandits.
Okay. And now for the most important questions. Do I still have my cup?
No, you don't have your cup. I took it.
You can have your cup back when you've proven you're responsible enough to work it properly.
Well,
So-
then how am I supposed to prove myself responsible in that case?
Make a magic item that doesn't blow up.
That's a good start, yeah.
Okay. So, as you head across the road, it's, you're walking for quite a while. It's about 4 or 6 hours. But eventually, you finally notice the unmistakable squares that appear to be barricades. Only, something seems to be a little off this time.
Grizzer brings out her hatchets.
You see a massive splatter of blood around a singular bandit, and a trail of fresh blood leading deeper into the forest.
I don't like
while we were,
this.
while we were
hey,
coming
guys.
in, I was arguing with the person.
Bright side,
Yeah.
we're not, I won't be charging. I won't be charging ahead and getting surrounded by bandits this time.
I have control of Alex's token again, so you probably
I'll
can't
fix
stay.
it.
Looks like
Anywho, so
somebody went ahead and did the job for us.
Something bigger, no doubt.
I'm gonna take a look
Mhm.
at
That's,
this fight to see if there's
that's it.
anything. on
Guys,
excuse me.
Hang on.
So on our way in, I was arguing with the person who stole my cup. I had a book. I pulled out a book. It's called Magical Items for Dummies. And in the first chapter, it talks about making a magic cup, and it looks exactly like the cup that Dennis Merlin has. And he says, "I've been working on this for eons. I still can't figure out what's going on. I followed all the instructions correctly."
Well, Dennis, I'll hand you your cup back, but you promised me when you start using it, you have to throw it at the enemies instead.
Okay, pause. Fiona, you were going to check the body, yes? Fiona?
Yeah, I was checking the bodies.
Alright, so roll me an investigation.
Will do.
I don't like this.
You find 5 platinum on the body and a note that says, "A friendly warning. Get off my road or we will make you."
Okay, I found some money and a threatening letter.
Sounds like someone wasn't. Sounds like they weren't the only ones who weren't too happy with bandits hoarding the road to themselves.
And that trail of blood probably points us directly towards the person responsible.
Alright.
Or
So,
creature.
Rura, Rizura, what are you doing?
I'm gonna check out what kind of wounds this bandit has been inflicted with. See if they're made by a weapon or by fang.
Roll me a medicine check.
What?
Roll me medicine.
Sorry, you buzzed out.
Roll me medicine.
Hang on.
I don't think she can hear us.
Alright, well, we'll leave her for the moment.
Okay.
Back to
Okay, I got it. It's not one of my strong suits, but I'll give it a shot.
You can't tell.
Can I try?
So, you can try. But
As will I.
Dennis and Ella, what are you doing?
I make cautious attempts to walk over there without getting blood on my cloak. My red cloak, that is.
I have followed the blood trail and see what's if there's any disruption with the forest area.
Alright, I'm going to... There's just, the destruction that would come from someone walking through it.
Okay.
You can tell
How
that
big
from
is
your passive perception, but... it just appears that someone walked through there. Alright.
How big of is it? That's a bit of a question.
So, Vienna and
Okay.
Kagura.
Yeah, I'm guessing we got nothing.
What are you doing?
Well, I was rolling a medicine check, but it looks like I didn't get anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also gonna check out the trail of blood.
Kagura?
I'm going to do a medicine check once roll 20 is not being stupid.
Okay, but I'm asking Kagura what he's doing.
I'm eyeing the blood trail and seemingly lost in thought.
Okay. So, Dennis Nolan, they look like teeth.
So death by teeth, then.
Maybe we should just go. I mean, the Raiders aren't here anymore, so maybe this is a good thing. Maybe we should just go back.
As you say this, though...
We could, but what if this thing is a danger to others?
Yeah,
as you say that, though, others have already started to head down the trail.
Will you get back here? Grisera yells out.
Vienna, Ella, you hear them shout to tell you to get back. What do you do?
I wasn't even moving. I was just like standing at the edge.
Okay. Alright, so what do you do?
I peer down the trail, see if I can see anything ahead.
I was investigating the clearing and see how big it was, as I was trying to say earlier.
Look, it isn't so much as a clearing or a trail, so much as this is the direction the blood goes.
So what? They just like sort of so what? It just like sort of goes through the brush, basically.
Yeah, and where they've gone, there's a bit of an parting of the underbrush, so you could walk through fairly easily.
Hey, Roar, I think you can fly ahead, see what's ahead.
Me?
You are the ranger.
You are the bird.
Oh,
You can't fly.
I know, but I don't want to see what this thing is if it causes this much damage.
Rua.
Well, don't let it see you.
Mm.
Oh, bro, I'm like, Alexander stands right in front of him and says, "Hey, come on, look, listen to me, like, okay?
Mm.
Breathe in, breathe out, okay?"
I'm kidding.
Leia, keep calm, okay? Now, they are right. You're the only one of us currently capable of flight. So think about it like this. You
Talk
see
to me again, 17 levels.
Yes, until 17th level, because you can apparently fly with the power of lightning. But anyway.
Let's keep in character here, guys.
But yeah, keep going, yeah. But think of it like this. The trail of blood is only on the ground, correct?
Yes.
Which means if you are up in the sky, whatever made that trail of blood will not be able to reach you.
Well, that is true. But what if they could jump?
Or attack, or launch attacks from a distance.
I'm pretty sure blood can't be floated. I'm pretty sure blood can't be flying. So.
Okay.
Well, then, Roar, then what you do is you book it back to us as fast as you can.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
okay.
Here's what we're going to do. And he gestures over to hang on here, and he gestures over to Kagura and he says, "Hey, come over here for a minute, would you please?"
What is it?
He puts one hand on Rua's shoulder and another on his, and he says, "Keep her company on the ground, all right?"
I was contemplating doing that anyway. I don't exactly feel right sending someone off to venture into the unknown all alone.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking you. You stay hidden, and he looks to her again. You keep up as high as you possibly can, and make sure that if you spot anything that looks like made the trail, you signal Kagura and come back here immediately, right?
Okay, I'll try.
All right, Roar, just one last thing.
Hmm?
You can do this, darling, okay? I believe in you. You can do this.
Hmm.
You are the only one among us who can do this, quite literally.
Okay. If I see anything dangerous, I am coming right back.
Good go. Now go get him.
Okay.
Alright. So as you head into the small parted path.
Okay, I stand at the edge of it and like I'm ready. Like if they come back out running and screaming, I ready in action, into fire a guiding bolt at whatever's chasing them.
Okay, so as you enter it, you realize there's not really enough room to fly. Like there's barely enough to walk through it, and if you want to fly, you will have to roll an acrobatics check. Let us think first.
The trees are really thick or really dense around here. I may not be able to get through very easily.
There's no
just
I
parkour,
don't see
parkour among the trees. Just parkour along the branches.
All right.
Harm in trying.
Yeah. I hope I don't break my wing.
Well, you just fly above them.
Okay, well, so it's, what is it, acrobatics?
Yep, acrobatics.
Well,
okay,
you don't have to roll anything. You're just flying.
But if I need to fly through, then didn't she say I have to do an acrobatics?
The trees are very dense, and to not hit a tree while she's flapping her wings, she's gonna need an acrobatics check.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot of room between the trees.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right.
So, all right, let's see. I'm slightly proficient in it, so let's give it. Let's see.
You,
Oh, there you go.
you know how to fly. Like, what are you even worried about? You scoff to yourself as you easily fly through the trail, or air quotes trail in this case, and follow the blood as it leads into the forest deeper. And eventually you come to a place where it opens up to a clearing. You don't see anything dangerous.
All right, so flopping, I look around, even though I'm still really, really alert.
Okay.
I notice Kagura, and then I basically just give an okay sign that says that I don't see nothing.
Kagura gives Rura a thumbs up and proceeds.
You find a clearing, but what are the others doing?
Yeah, I'm still ready to cast a spell at anything hostile.
It's been about 5 minutes since they left, and you've heard nothing.
Okay, in that case, I'm sort of like... Okay, I'm not really... In that case, I'm not quite in position anymore. I'm just like sitting with my back against a tree, just like keeping an ear cocked.
Okay.
Alex just has an Eldritch Blast ready to shoot the first enemy creature that is chasing them, same as Venera.
All right. So
yeah,
for
like
everyone,
Sacred Flame, same deal.
Okay, so for everyone except Kagura and Rura, your tokens aren't here. This is just so you have a visual of what you're looking at. Okay.
Ooh.
So, following the trail, it leads to a clearing where a second body is found and a large pile of blood.
We were kind of like stopped in place in the air, like, we just sees the body and the blood.
The tree line above the clearing is about 10 feet, so you got a bit more room to fly here. But there is a second blood trail that leads up north, and that leads you to notice a small rabbit looking at the party. It's doing nothing as it sits on a stump.
It's the killer rabbit of Carabanog.
Killer rabbit?
You're not here.
Oh.
What do you do, Rura? Kagura? What do you do?
Rura notices the rabbit, and so she like looks curious, so and tries to fly towards it to get a better look.
Okay, it's a rabbit.
She looks a little confused, like it's just sitting there. And she glances over to Kagura and she points to it, like, there's a rabbit, but it doesn't look dangerous.
Does the blood trail end at the rabbit?
No, it goes past it.
No, it goes right.
Though, roll me a perception check.
Both of us?
If you're looking at the blood, yes, roll a perception check. Okay. Alright, that will do. Andy, you notice that this second bit of blood is browner and is clearly much older.
This blood appears to be more dry than the other trail that we were just following.
So does that mean it's old?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
What do you do?
So then it's probably not his blood then? Well, I'm really curious, and so because I hear that it's old, I'm gonna head towards the rabbit.
How close are you getting?
Can I see it? Like, is there anything like past the rabbit?
Just the trail of blood.
That's it. Maybe you should go get the others real quick, Kagra. I mean, I don't see anything dangerous yet, and this is a little confusing.
Are you still flying?
Yes.
So how far above the rabbit are you?
Good question.
Are you 5 feet? Are you 10 feet?
5? Yeah.
Okay, okay. So...
Oh, man!
The mimic springs to life. And everyone, you just hear this grottal from the street.
And I guess we're going.
The mimic attacks you. And it gets a surprise round. So,
oh, man.
An 18 does hit your AC. So you take 5 damage.
Ouch.
And you are grappled by it. You have to make a strength saving throw. The DC is 13.
Oh, man! Help!
Are the rest of us running towards the screams?
Are you running?
Yeah, like the moment Alexander heard that scream, like he took straight off. He didn't care about the wasted Eldritch Blast.
Right.
He took straight off.
Everyone,
it's a cantrip. It wastes nothing.
Everyone
Yeah,
roll
but still.
initiative. Remember to click on your tokens. And you are all going to have to take a round to get to where they are. So they have to survive a round on their own.
Yeah, I don't have control of my token, sorry.
Sorry, I'll fix that. Regardless, just,
I did a crit fail. My initiative.
My initiative method is broken, apparently.
There's nothing wrong with your initiative. I'll fix it later.
I know, but...
I fixed your guys, Alex, I fixed your token.
Alright, thank you.
So, everyone has rolled?
Yeah.
You. I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kagura, you are surprised. Rizura, you are running. You are running, you are running, you are running. Rura, you are grappled. You gotta give me a strength save, and you gotta give 2 since you didn't do 1 before.
I gotta give 2? Okay. This is not my strong point. Let's see.
I mean, you do have. I mean, your rangers do
man.
have proficiency in it, so even shot.
I do, but that's not a good roll.
That's a fail. Roll
Yep.
again.
Oh!
That's a success. You managed to pull free. And what do you do?
I am flying away.
Alright. How far are you flying? Okay.
Yeah, at least right there.
Alright.
So you basically she like scrambles away like.
I forgot to roll for the mimic. Give me a second.
You're right up there, Rura.
No.
There we go. Okay. So, Kagura, it is your turn.
Seeing as how Rura was able to get away on her own, I'm going to keep my distance until the others get here and take pot shots with my bow.
All
short
right.
bow.
Roll it. Okay. An 11 misses.
Wow.
Also, you do not get sneak. You do not have advantage.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I know.
Rizura, Fiona, Dennis, and Alex, Allah, what did you roll? You're not on any initiative.
I'm on. Yeah, I am on. I rolled an 8.
She's at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Ah, you are too. Okay. You all arrive in the clearing, but as you use your dash action to get there, you can't do anything your turn. You see... see... What?
Wait, hold on, Aurora. How much health are you missing?
I took 5, so right now I'm at 13.
For now, I'd rather save my healing word for something a bit more critical.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good for now, so don't worry about me, but still, that was scary.
And you also
Alright.
have your backup potion in case.
So, Rura, it is your turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna try taking a shot at it.
Alright, roll it.
Yeah, I'm not very happy I got surprised, so now I'm not surprised anymore. I'm gonna take a shot. So, longboard.
Alright, that hits. It takes 8 piercing.
Yay!
It is
That's what you
now...
get for grabbing me!
You always want to use Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so... It is now its turn. You watch...
Can mimics move? I always forget that.
This one cannot. But...
okay.
You watch as a vine begins to snake out of the ground. And it reaches for Rura and attempts to whip it back towards the mimic. Give me a dex save.
Not again! No!
The DC is 13.
And it's your best stat.
It is! Okay, let's do it. Yay!
You manage to avoid being whipped by the vine. And
you barrel all out of the way.
so,
it's
Ella,
like, no!
You arrive in the clearing. You see a vine trying to grasp at the leg of Rura and throw it towards, but it just can't reach. And
I should have flown away farther.
You see a bunny on top of a stump with eyes and teeth. And now it's Kagura's turn.
Alright. Once again, as I'm waiting for everyone else to make it here, I'm going to what if I were to use my cunning action to hide first? Would that affect anything?
You would get sneak attack on your attack if you manage to stealth.
You would get advantage on your attack. Yeah, you'd also get advantage on your.
Alright, then I'm going to try to hide.
Alright, what are you hiding behind?
Oh, excuse me.
Plenty of bushes around.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be whatever nearby foliage.
Alright, you get close to the water and try and hide in the dense leaves that cover it. And roll me a stealth.
Where is it? Here it is. Son of a...
Yeah, it's...
What's passive perception again? Wisdom, is it?
Should be based on wisdom.
Right. Okay. You don't know if you are stealthed, but you can roll an attack if you want.
Alright. Going for the short bow again.
Okay.
Get him.
Roll it. And you were lucky because it rolled a nat 1. So it didn't see you, so it takes the full damage. It rolled a nat 1, so it does take the sneak attack.
Ah,
nice.
Okay.
Your arrow pierces the rabbit on top, blowing its head off.
Ew.
It is now Grizura's turn.
It's still alive?
All I can do at this point is move 30 feet. So, hang on.
Okay.
And I hold my action.
Alright. What are you holding, and what's the condition?
I I'm not close enough to hit it at the moment, and right now my cat just opened my door, so I gotta take care of that quick.
Yes, but you
So-
need to tell me what you're holding. I need to know what the condition is that you will use your attack.
Oh, that's what it means. So that's what it means. I'm just gonna move 30 feet, since I'm not close enough to attack, I'm just gonna do that. Just move.
What are you waiting for? Like, for example, are you holding an action until it gets into melee range? And what action are you holding? A swing? An attack?
Look, right now, just
Okay.
forget I said. Right now, I just want to take care of this quick. Just
Okay.
go to the
Vienna.
next one.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Are we? So you said the canopy was very thick.
The canopy is very thick. There's about 10 feet above your head.
Okay, but like basically, how much sunlight are we dealing with right now?
Very little.
That means no sunlight sensitivity. Then good to know.
There's some beams peeking through, but it's very shaded. Not enough to cause dim light, but not enough to, yeah.
Yeah.
Dodge and weave.
Okay.
I'll say you don't have disadvantage because you're not in direct sunlight.
Right. So I'm gonna move up to here, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on aim on the mimic.
Roll it.
Get
wait,
out.
hold on. No, let me just see what the
You should know
okay,
what your
so
spells.
this is gonna be a dexterity save.
You should know what your spells do before you cast them. You know.
Yeah. I just
Let's roll it.
forgot to check that.
Please try to have
Okay.
your turns ready before it's your turn.
Yeah.
It fails. It takes 7 damage.
Yeah. All right
Okay.
then.
Dennis, it is your turn.
How is it still alive? It has no head.
See, our
forward a bit.
stump is the main part. The rabbit's just a lure.
It's not your turn, Dennis.
And then it is my turn.
Yeah, I'm talking to Vienna. Go.
And I cast Radiant Orb.
Okay. What damage?
It gave me 12.
You said Radiant Orb.
Yeah, but are you doing acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder?
I said Radiant.
Ah,
Read the details of spell secrets. That'll make him clear.
I'm sorry.
Lore
You did
master
say
wizards.
that. You did say that. I didn't get it. 13 does hit, so it takes 12 damage. Alexander, it is your turn.
All right. I'm just gonna throw out a Eldritch Blast at it.
All right, roll it.
Uh-oh.
Your Eldritch
Oh, no.
Blast goes. You throw it.
Tell me, did you grab Agonizing Blast?
Yes, I did.
So that's actually 9 damage to whoever it hit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you throw it out, and you were unfortunately aiming for the head, and you watch as the arrow sends it flying, and you're just like, oh crap! As the orb then flings upward and makes a circle and heads back towards the party. Roll another attack.
Another attack?
Yep.
Is there any saves we can make?
If it beats your AC.
My AC?
This one.
Uh-oh.
Allah.
It beats my. I actually beat it.
No, because yes, you are right. Your AC is 16. So, you watch as the bolt goes flying right past Dennis and hits the chest of Allah, who flinches back a bit and then looks towards Alex with this sort of like, what? What are you doing?
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Are you alright?
Listen, try to aim for the actual foe, please. Thank you.
Rura.
I don't know what that was. It just.
Okay, well, I'm gonna fly back just a little bit more. I don't want to go too far though.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to take another shot at it. Wait. Well, I only have 2 spells. I know this Hunter's Mark is good to use, but I'm like, I can only use 2 spells.
Oh, you should have thought of this before it was your turn.
I know, I was considering it, but for now I'll just take a shot.
Okay, roll. That hits. It takes 6 damage. It is now
better.
the Mimic's turn. You watch as the vine lashes out, aiming for Kagura. And you have to roll me a dexterity.
Dexterity save or
Yep,
just dexterity?
the DC is 13. Dexterity save.
Ooh.
You made it, you beat
Wow.
it.
You made it,
Oh
but
wow!
Yeah, just barely.
You roll out of the way as the vine whips towards you. You feel the air brushing against your ears. But it misses. Ella.
okay.
We are not
Okay.
We are not reenacting our Zarya versus Ari today.
Okay, what's your dexterity stat again?
Mine?
Yeah. Oh, right. Wait. Hey, no, you should only have a 15. Never mind.
Alright. Ella.
Ella's gonna charge in 40 feet,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast.
Go on.
She's gonna cast Healing Word on Rua first.
Okay.
Thank you.
You just hear a cry as your cat is flung off your back.
Serves it right, stupid demon cat.
I can just imagine that poor
Not
thing.
because it's actual demon. And by the way, Fiona just thinks all cats are evil.
Thank you. I'm at
And then
full
I'm gonna-
health now.
And then I will. Cause that's my bonus action. Gonna do.
Except-
Get a regular action, yes.
Yeah. Well, no,
That's-
that doesn't.
That's a
That's
miss.
on self. Okay.
Kagura, it is your turn. You just
Alright,
watched your
I'm
cat
going
go flying.
Alright, I'm going to.
Mins, no!
So, what do you do?
Alright, I'm going to take. I'm going to take use the distraction and this causes to my advantage to try and hide again.
Okay. Roll it. Roll a stealth.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
The mimic, despite having many eyes, all focus on that cat, and you watch as a bit of drool escapes the whole like mouth of the stump. And then when it looks back to where you were, you're gone. You're above, hanging off a branch in a tree.
I'm just.
He's an
You
intro.
have advantage
just-
on your attack. Remember that.
Let's see. Now you see me, now you don't.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You have advantage on your attack. Remember that.
All right then. All right, I put on the just biggest shit-eating grin on my face as I as I draw my bow and attack.
Okay.
At advantage.
13 hits. It takes 6 damage. Rizura, it is your turn.
I'm 25 feet over, and then I am gonna tomahawk the mimic.
Yeah, don't get too close or you'll get caught like how I did.
That's
Okay.
why I'm keeping my distance.
Poor thing can't
Roll
even
it.
pay attention.
Keep rolling, 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 and that's a miss.
Dang it!
Vienna.
Wait,
Okay.
don't I have an action surge?
Do you want to use it?
It's one of those days.
Do you want
Okay,
to
I'm
use it?
going to move here.
What do you think? Shall I go for action surge?
No, God.
And I'm gonna hit it with another sacred flame.
Alright. Roll. Okay. Oh my... You just watch... Well, a stump isn't exactly able to move. So you just lightly flick... You hold it in your hands and you lightly flick it towards, and you watch it catch fire to one of the twigs on the side.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was expecting. It does not have high dexterity.
The rabbit by this point is kind of just... all completely gone. Dennis, it is your turn. And I did, but I removed it because it got messed up. So it's your turn.
I move up a little bit. Asman, are you okay?
We can't really make you out very well. Maybe you should just type your responses.
So I cast another radiant orb.
Okay. So, you watch as the stump with the fire on one side and the radiant orb hitting the other. The two forces meet and they swirl up, creating an inferno that rises up, bursting through the trees and creating a hole. And then when the light fades, there is nothing but ash.
Yay!
And that's the end of combat.
Rura looks relieved. Rura looks relieved that she goes to the ground and sits down. She goes, "Oh, that was scary."
I would look around desperately for Mittens.
Mittens is laying on the ground and she just glowers.
I'm fetching my hatchet.
She growls at me?
She glowers.
Oh.
Glares.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, Alexander immediately rushes over to Rura and tries to pick her up off the ground, which I'm guessing she's on the ground right now.
Yep.
And he's holding her by the shoulders and says, "You alright, love?"
No. Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, let us rephrase the question. Are you intact?
Yes.
And he just sighs and says it's alright, and he kind of pulls her into a small hug.
Rura kind of tenses up for a second, and then she just doesn't know what to do. She goes, "I'm okay, thank you."
Alright, how about everyone else? You all still in one piece?
I had excellent tanks.
I may have been hallucinating because I thought that mimic was back.
No, I'm just messing with it because... Anyway, what do you do?
I was speaking in character.
Alright. Well, let's go and make sure the thing is dead first, and then I'd say we continue on, seeing where this leads us, seeing as, well, we're all here.
I can't move my token.
You see nothing but a pile of ash and a dead raider body.
Stomp my boot onto the ash and just grind it into the dirt.
You grind the ash into the dirt, fertilizing the grass.
Could that have been what was causing all the blood? Could that have been it?
No, it wasn't.
No, the blood leads past that.
You mean this isn't over yet?
Nope.
Doesn't seem like it.
Just as a reminder, no one's examined the other raider body.
Well, I'll go and do that right now.
Okay, roll me an investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, I'm seeing this other blood trail. I'm gonna take up another ready position now, just in case anything comes charging up.
I don't see anything.
You see a pocket, but you're unable to get it open. Ugh, those darn buckles.
There's so much blood on them. Blood.
Oh, right, I forgot to turn off advantage.
Andy, you walk over and you say, "Let me try," and then you try, but you also can't go. Oh, the buckle, it just won't. And then Dennis comes over, removes your hand, and just opens it in one single movement.
And I just nat 20'd it.
Yes, but the buckle, and you just pick up the pocket, and you just rip it open. After Dennis had already opened it.
Everything falls out.
Inside,
So what was inside? All right.
you
Continue.
find another 5 platinum and a deep purple amethyst.
Ooh, shiny.
Alexander just stares at it at the torn pocket for a while, and he says, "So 5 adventurers try to open a door. You want to know how this goes?"
Let me guess. One of them rips the door off.
Hey, how did you guess?
Lucky guess.
So,
Anyway, let's grab up this guy's loot and then let's get moving.
alright. So you pick up the stuff, and do you continue to follow the blood trail?
Yes.
As well.
No.
Do you follow as a
Marching
group?
order.
Or,
Marching order, everyone. Toughest in the front.
alright.
Oh, think about it this way, Rura. The two of us were able to hold that thing off until the others got here just fine, and
Hey,
now we're
Rura.
all here from the get-go. What's there to be worried about?
Hey,
I did get
we do
snagged,
this,
though.
and then we don't have to worry about whatever did this eating travelers, right?
Yes.
So, you follow the blood trail to a densely forested clearing. There's no room to even fly. You have to, the taller ones of you have to actually duck down to get into it, the ground crunching from dried leaves. In the clearing is a staff. Guys, in the clearing is a staff.
A staff?
So, is anyone gonna walk up and touch that staff?
Not me. I already
I'll
got
do it.
snagged once.
Does anyone here happen to have mage hand?
Oh.
Do I look like a mage?
Guys,
I was thinking of
Guys,
Dennis. We were
guys.
thinking of Dennis.
guys, Allah,
I don't have a mage hand.
guys, Allah. As you pick up the staff, you recognize it immediately. It is the staff that belonged to your sister.
Ala just froze looking at it. I seen a tear feel down her eyes, and she already feared the worst, seeing all the blood around it. She grew silent for a while, just whimpering. I have control of Alex's token, by the way, just letting you know that.
Alright, I'll fix that. Regardless, what do you do?
So,
You all just see
rolling
Allah
insight.
tense up.
Rolling insight.
Alright, do you believe she's tensed up? What do you...
Just rolling insight. Like I know she's tense up. And step. I'm rolling insight to see like why.
You don't
Are you
know
alright,
why.
Alex? You look upset.
Why do you think it is? Maybe you should ask.
That's what I
Does
did.
that mean anything to you?
It's my sister's.
So you think she's a victim, or you think she did all this?
If she were the victim, she would not have left her weapon. If she were the perpetrator, she would not have left her weapon.
Okay, I look down. Can I recognize centaur blood on sight?
Roll a medicine check.
I think this is the first time I'm hearing of you having a sister-in-law.
I did all this so I can find her.
You can't tell exactly what blood it is, but there is a lot of it, so it would have to be a rather large creature to survive.
Or a whole bunch of small creatures.
Yeah.
Mind if I roll an investigation to see if I can tell what exactly happened here?
You can roll an investigation to look around.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright.
Nice.
How old is the blood?
It's brown, so it's very old. So,
Nat 20.
okay. Alex, you give the clearing a single glance, and as you look around, you immediately see a glint of metal, and as you pull it out, you reveal a set of chains. And two.
Don't. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Alexander looks over them and he says, "Well,
Do we know these on site?"
Only one of you would know what they do, unless you want to roll a history check. You know what these chains are.
Okay, so there's slavers involved. It's getting weirder and weirder, and I'm suddenly very much in favor of finding who did this and killing them.
Seeing the chains, Grisura tensed up as memories rush back.
Guess we know who hit this road. Guess we know who hit this road then.
But yeah, Alex just tosses the chains back, and he says, "I think this is getting far too big for us."
Big or not, if there's a slaver on the loose, I would like to see them dealt with.
A slaver?
You know of one slaving gladiatorial ring, and that is in somewhere. Whether you choose to share that with that party is up to you.
She left.
Oh.
She had to go do something real quick.
Okay, well, since you rolled a history check, Fiona, you know that there's quite a few gladiatorial rings that employ slave labor to populate the fights.
I mean, there's a number of gladiatorial rings around here that use slave labor. And then mentally I'm just saying, don't ask me how I know this, don't ask me how I know this, I really don't want to get into that crap.
Alexander just says, "Be that as it may, that would only be one of many. We can't just go around looking at every single one of them, can we?"
I mean, if we do it one at a time,
I'm here.
Welcome back.
I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone while I'm taking my dog outside.
Ella, what are you doing?
She grits her teeth in rage and she's gonna shout out, "I want to see this person now. I want to know where they are. I want to get them dead."
Do you think maybe your sister was a slave?
I don't know. I need to know more. I need to know what happened here.
Is she another druid?
Druid. She is the only high druid out of the entire town of Nico.
She was hard to see how they could have taken her alive then.
I don't know.
If anybody has any kind of quality, I'm pretty sure they want to keep her. I know that feeling very well.
I didn't say why, I said how.
Well, Alexander bends down again and picks up of the chains and he says, "Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head back to town and show these to the god captain. What she does with them is foreign business, but maybe she can point us in the right direction. That's the best guess I've got for the moment."
There is still shaking inside of it.
So, you have the staff and You have the chains. What do you do?
I'm gonna check the nature around the area, see if it's been disrupted in any sense of way or form. Can I do that?
Sure, roll a nature check. You can't tell.
Okay.
So, what are you gonna do? What are you guys doing?
Alexander's just sticking with his idea, and that the best thing that they could probably do right now is take the chains and the stuff back to the guard captain in nowhere and see if they can get some kind of direction.
There's nowhere else for us to go, right? This is just the clearing?
Yep.
The blood ends right here, it seems.
Well,
I say that's best.
So,
but this blood's old. What happened to the raiders that we found that were already freshly killed? Must have been...
You remember the vine had quite a bit of reach.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Probably could have snatched them from the road.
Well, that's it. Then we might as well just go ahead and return then.
So, taking the staff and the chains, you head on back to the road. The trip back is less jovial and happy. But after a long, quiet walk, you head on back to the town of nowhere. By this point, it's getting around to evening. Perhaps even already dark.
Alex says, Allah, you come with me to the gods, alright? Neku?
He asked you to come
Alex.
to the guards.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I'm coming. Sorry. Yeah.
What is everyone else doing?
I'm following. I want to know a little bit more about this too.
All right. Anyone else?
Kagura's going to.
I want another good look at those chains, see if I can like discern and like who exactly they belong to.
Okay, that'll be a history check.
Right.
And Alex holds him out so Venera can get a good look.
You don't know who they belong to. It's common.
I make an attempt.
So, as you approach, the guards give you a nod. They don't impede your progress. They just watch you enter.
Hey,
I have to attempt to figure out who the chains belong to or something, since someone else couldn't figure it out.
And you got the natural 20.
You, with that knowledge, know that exactly what's on the handout. So, Alex, as you enter, you are pointed in the direction of a small office where the familiar face greets you. Macy gives a smile and says, "Oh, hey, welcome back. I don't know what to call you, group, but welcome back."
Alex just looks like he's kind of got a grim expression on his face, and he says, "We don't come here bearing particularly good news."
You didn't manage to get rid of the raiders?
Well, they're all dead, but they're operating in the area.
Yeah, they're dead and buried, but there's this, and he pulls out the slave collars and shows them to Macy.
Yeah.
She frowns.
Dennis seems to think it's Cleaver's bunch.
I'm quite certain it's Cleaver's.
Yeah, we've had sightings of Cleaver months ago, but well, we haven't heard anything since. he tends to stalk the roads and find people who are alone, and if, you know, half of his bunch stalk the seas, half of his bunch stalk the roads, and they capture people and sell them to the gladiatorial ring.
It sounds like him. I'm gonna make a quick history check. Like Indra has some would have some knowledge of like people in the criminal underworld. I'm gonna make a quick history check to see if Cleaver like has the capabilities of holding a high level druid.
Okay, roll.
Most likely.
Apparently, I have no idea.
So,
Grizz, if anything, chances are, I'm trying to talk.
Sorry.
Go on.
If anything, he would have taken her to some place to be sold. And I have a feeling where. Still, I can't believe that son of a bitch is back.
She sighs and says, well, I know of at least 5 gladiatorial rings in Mayhem. I can point them out to you if you want.
Alex just sighs and he says, it's a start, but 5 gladiator rings? How spread out are they?
I'm going to move you over to the map just for a moment. And you'll be able to see red dots on some places. Those are the gladiatorial rings.
I see yellow dots on some places.
Yeah, the yellow dots. Those are the gladiatorial rings.
Red. You said red.
My bad. Regardless, yellow dots. She points to them and explains them. Now, you have the big one in Shady Sands. You know, that place is always full of crime and stuff. That's normal. Somewhere is an odd case, but they have that small cove that gives protection, so... you have a small remote one in Boundfrost. And, just down south there's also one in the Airy. And then you've got Prosh, but they tend to, you know, only buy more quality slaves.
Yeah, like, Indra's eyes... not Indra. Vierna's eye starts twitching real hard when you mention the one in Prosh. Anyone who wants to roll insight may.
I will.
One of these coliseums in Uri? That's close to Lundruk.
She nods and says, yeah, but, the tree line acts as a natural barrier. It's almost like a border between where the gentleman's influence and the royal's influence, you know, interacts.
Okay. Rosura and Dennis, it's something about hearing about the slave thing in Prosh hit real close to home for Vierna.
Okay.
And Grisura is she is shaking with anger and rage. She could practically see red where she stood.
Alex thinking to himself, and he says, what's Cleaver's usual, stomping ground?
Well, she frowns a bit and she says, to be honest, I don't quite know. We don't see him very often over here in nowhere. We're kind of protected on both sides.
Maybe they took her to one of the more closer. Since we did find the staff close by here, maybe it's in one of the rings that are closer.
Most likely it is Shady Sands, if that is the case.
What makes you say that?
Because I knew Cleaver all too well.
In a good way or a bad way?
I know exactly. I looked at the centaur. I know exactly what your sister is going through, and it is not pleasant.
Bad way, then.
The guard nods. Macy speaks up. Yeah, I've heard a few rumors of myself, even this far away. Basically, they have this breaking period where they force them to fight constantly until they give up all hope. No rest, barely enough food to survive.
Alex, after a short silence, says, "Is that all we've got to go on for the moment?"
I'm sorry. Where's
If anything, she's still alive. Knowing Cleaver, he would never kill valuable cargo. And since the person we're seeking is a high druid, that is worth a lot of coin.
Okay, but how'd he capture a high druid?
That's concerning in and of itself.
Cleaver is a crafty devil. And extremely cruel. I've seen it firsthand. He destroys everything to get what he wants. And he relishes in it.
Okay, but I know how formidable high-level druids are. Is he that strong? What kind of people does he have under his command?
Pirates.
Doesn't sound like anything a druid should have trouble with.
But Cleaver is special.
Really?
He is considered the pirate king, and for good reason. He can be charismatic, yes, but he can be also vicious when he needs to.
How in the world were you able to get away from somebody like that, Grisura?
I didn't. Not when I was captured as a child. I was only able to escape the Colosseum where I was taken to because Cleaver wasn't there to watch his loot fight to the death. We formed a rebellion against the owners of the Colosseum in order to free us. We killed every single one of their staff. But that bastard Cleaver, because he wasn't there, he escaped my wrath.
Okay, but
it sounds to me like if he were there, the rebellion never would have gotten far. You were lucky.
You know, none of what you just
don't know how lucky.
You know, okay, Grisura, none of what you just said actually answered my question. Is he or the people under his command and powerful enough to take a druid and to take on a druid?
I haven't seen his physical strength in a long time, but with a large amount of people under his command, and with the way he thinks, taking down a druid would be easy.
Okay, but I've not. Then how come there weren't more bodies at the scene?
It might have been a small group.
Either that, or they've been eaten by something else. Or disposed of by Cleaver himself.
All we have to go on now is nothing but speculation. All we have now is a name and a missing face.
Regardless, if we should ever encounter Cleaver, do not, under any circumstances, underestimate him. That crafty bastard will gut you the moment you blink.
But yeah, Alex nods in agreement, turns back to the guard captain and says, Macy?
Yes?
Keep us in the loop, please. If you find out anything else about where this guy might be, let us know immediately.
She nods and she says, Drar has message. I'll ask her to contact a few of the other guard posts and see what I can dig up. She places down the 70 gold and she says, well, I can tell you had it pretty rough out there. Here's your reward for clearing the road, even partly. Vienna?
What?
I thought you were trying to speak, sorry. Alright.
No.
So, you receive your 70 gold reward. And you have your stuff in the treasure document, provided you added what you loot in. And you leave the small keep. What do you do?
Grisor is going straight to the bar after hearing Cleaver's name. She needs to get smashed.
Okay.
Smash.
What is everyone else doing?
Rura looks a bit uncomfortable and uneasy as she heard what Gazura went through. She is rubbing her arm, looking downward, really sad.
So for reference, go ahead.
Alex just looks like he's caught in his own world, just thinking to himself as he goes down the steps of the guard house.
For personal reference, who took Dennis's cup?
Alar did.
So.
Bierna, was it? Or
Alar took your cup. Moving on. You will head out. Some of you heading to the bar, some of you doing other stuff. Vieira, Alar, what are you doing? Okay. Rura, Kagura, what are you doing?
Ooh.
I'm considering who out of my remaining contacts I could give me any information on this Cleaver.
The guards sort of look to you as you awkwardly stand there in the door, and then they speak up and say, you should probably move along.
Yes, forgive me, I was lost in thought in light of some recent events.
Yeah, Rura jolts in, she quickly scurries forward sorry.
Alar slowly makes his way down to the street and just stands there, looking at the staff for a while.
Dennis is trying to persuade Alar to give him his cup back.
You can't roll like that. You just have to try and persuade her
okay.
audibly.
Dennis?
Yes?
Are you she just discovered that her sister was captured by a slaver, a notorious one at that. And all you can think about is your cup?
There's nothing else I can do at the moment until you take a nap.
Here.
And then go somewhere. In the meantime, I want to practice on my cup, which I can't do if she has it.
Here's your cup.
Thank you.
Alex, what are you doing?
We're just gonna have to take it away tomorrow morning.
He just, steps out of the door, or as the entire group was told, and he just goes around the corner, hiding in the shadow of the guard outpost, and pulls out the scroll that he has, and he just stares at it for a moment.
Okay. You do so?
And he just says to himself, "Is this what she meant?" And he unfurls it once again, and he mutters, "Yoru wa kona nasu."
Slowly, the writing begins to form on the page, and at first it appears as if the wording is very vague, before finally, after a moment, the writing seems to give up and it just says, "Yes."
He rolls the scroll back up again, and he just looks towards the sky. Well, alright then. He puts the scroll back and just comes back out around the corner.
So, Kagura and Ala, what are you doing?
Actually, no, it's still there.
Ala's just standing in the street, just looking at the staff still, trying to figure out our own mysteries.
Kagura simply tells Alar, "Look, if it helps you get your mind off things, then leave Dennis and his shenanigans up to me." I'm sure you have a lot to think about. I know what it's like to worry about a sibling.
She didn't respond right away. She said thank you eventually.
So,
Wait, so, hold on. Alex?
Yeah?
I had a thought I'd like to run it by you.
Go right ahead.
Supposing one of us, this Cleaver guy said that they basically try to catch people alone to take them.
Supposedly, yes.
Which among the 7 of us, which one do you think would best pass for a helpless traveler?
Which one?
Before they saw our powers, like among the 7 of us, as like before they saw our powers and fighting ability and stuff.
I'm rolling it inside to see if I can get what she's getting at.
Yeah, she's not really hiding it. Basically, she's suggesting that one of us act as bait to draw the slavers out.
Alex, yeah, he gets what she's getting at, and he just scowls at her a little bit, but his face softens and he says, "Rura, if any of us are going to pass for a hapless traveler, then it's going to have to be that girl."
Hey!
You aren't in earshot.
I know, I'm not a character. I'm just...
Regardless, are you
cents.
just standing there, or are you heading towards the bar, Alex?
I guess we're headed towards the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So what I was thinking is, wonder if we traveled, keep everyone but her hidden somehow, and then wait for them to jump her, and then we jump them.
Well, if this Carver, or whatever his name is
Cleaver,
yeah, is as reputable as he sounds, then do you really think he'd fall for such an ploy?
Well, I doubt. I don't know. If he has as many followers as Grisura implies, then he wouldn't and come and do this himself. He just have and have like bands of his minions roaming about. Like we kill him at one and then torture the last one for answers.
So, pausing you there for a moment, Ala and Kagura, are you heading to the bar or are you talking still?
Looks like I'm heading back. I don't think there's anything else Kagura has left to say to Alar.
Alar would eventually make it back, but she's gonna be there for a while.
Alright. So, you all head into the bar. The same people from earlier are still there, though it appears they're now passed out.
Have they been just drinking here all day?
Neighbor speaks up and says, "Yeah, it's pretty good for business."
Pretty bad for your liver.
Eh?
Alex leans in towards Bert and he says, "How much did they drink? Like, how many pints are we talking?"
Enough to sink a horse.
Jeez.
Really?
Can you give us numbers? Less than 16, please say less than 16.
He
please,
gives a
if you say
chuckle
less
and he
than
says,
16.
enough that I'm actually going to have to send a cart out to get some resupplies.
Well, fortunately for you, the roads are open again. More or
Yeah.
less.
I heard. I am very, very happy about that. Now I'll finally be able to earn a living.
Does that mean getting some better alcohol here?
Yes, actually.
Those people were discussing the Moon Festival, weren't they? I don't think any amount of planning for a festival is going to do them much good with a hangover.
Sucks to be that more festival for us.
They got a month till the festival, so you know.
So Dennis walks up to neighbors.
What if we can keep them drunk for the entire month? Like, Andrew's getting an evil plan based on right now.
Andra.
Well, you probably wouldn't want to do that because, well, you know, people need to be able to live, and if they drink all the time, then they're going to run out of money pretty fast, aren't they?
Look, like, yeah, like, I mean, Venera, I don't know how strong your personal liver is, but to the average person, the liver tends to shut down after about, I'd say, 50,000 pints, I'd say.
I know, I just thought it'd be funny.
So, what is everyone else doing?
Dennis Merlin says, "Here's 50 gold for the counter."
He smiles and pushes it back and says, "Keep it. I'll earn that back in a massive amounts now the roads are clear."
Gazura is nursing her second mug of ale.
You're gonna order dinner, I guess?
Yeah, Rura's behind Rizura, and she's like seeming to try to like steal her nerves because she wants to say something, but she's like fidgeting behind her nervously.
I do not envy that woman right now.
Neighbor gives a wave and he says, "Alright."
Most people spill their life stories after they get drunk.
So you're getting dinner and you're paying for tonight, yes?
I guess so.
Okay.
Am I able to sense the Roadrunner behind me?
Well, she's not exactly being stealthy, so yeah.
Not really, yeah.
Gazura just gives her, like, a half-drunken, steely glare. What do you want, bird
Well,
brain?
I'm gonna pause you there, because I want to finish the talk about the rooms first. He speaks and he says, "Well, we got some rooms that are a little iffy, but they're about 2 silver a room, and we have some better rooms that are about gold a night."
Do I want splurge?
Alex just kind of
not on
waves
this
it
travel
off.
allowance.
Sorry.
Alex just... Sorry to interrupt you.
Alex, then
like
Fiona.
I look at my travel allowance and say, not on this budget. I'll take the economy class.
You got a choice between poor and modest. Which one are you going for?
Let's go modest.
Alright, that'll be 1 GP for a room, and that'll house about 2 to 4 people.
Actually, funny you say that. Well, funny you mention expenses, because my guild membership actually covers room and board.
It does. But this is an inn, not your map place. If you decided to go to your cartographer's guild, you could get a room for free.
I thought that was kind of like, you know, if there's an established guild around here, then they could just
I'll
say.
allow it this time, but he says, "Alright, sure, you can get a room. You're only getting the one though, because well, I do need to make a living here. You understand, right? Right, Alex?"
I get you, but trust me, I've been in the business long enough to know that we have to make exceptions for some people. And you know what? You know what, buddy boy? I wouldn't even blame you. I mean, if say for example you walked in here waving your guild membership around saying that you want free room and board, I'd probably tell you to take a hike.
So, how many rooms do you want to get?
1 room is fitted for 4, right?
2 to 4.
2 to 4, and we've got 8, so that'd be 2 rooms. So we're getting 2 rooms for the 7 of us.
All right, give me 1 GP and I'll call it even.
Here you go, my man. And I give him 1 gold.
He gives a salute and heads out to start on dinner. And then we're going to pause there and go to Rura and Grizura.
Well, Rura jolts when Grizura glares towards her, and it's like looks really nervous when she like takes a deep breath as she goes, "I'm sorry to hear what happened to you.
You don't know what happened to me. No one does.
I may have a small idea. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't
Dennis?
go through your whole life story.
Guys,
What?
let them talk.
I may have a small idea. I didn't go through the same thing you probably went through to the extreme, but I did go through maybe something similar. Not that I'm trying to say that, you know, my situation is as worse as yours. It's not, that's not the case.
Calm down. Take a seat.
Okay.
Right here. Do you want to know what Cleaver did to me?
Well, yes, but not if it makes you upset.
I've heard that talking about it tends to help when someone is, well, in my condition. When I was a girl, I did not live in Mayhem. I came from another land, where I lived with my human father and my orc mother. It was a decent childhood. I got teased a bit for being a half-orc, but nothing serious. Then, one day, my village was attacked by pirates. I hid in the house with my parents until the door burst down. I still remember the flame, the screams, the clash of metal. I remember when a figure burst down the door to my house. My mother, who was a blacksmith and a former warrior, attacked, but it didn't take long for her to fall. My father, I saw him from the cupboard I was hiding in, try and fight himself, only to have his head lopped off. In shock and in a blind rage, I attacked the attacker. He didn't notice me because he was marveling his work. So I was able to pick up a knife and cut his eye, giving him what would be a scar. He grabbed me and lifted me by the neck. The flames gave me my first visage of Cleaver the Cruel. Instead of killing me outright, he just smiled. She then points to the scar on her right eye and gives me this with his sword. He gave me this sickening grin and as he said, "Now we match." I was then taken from my burning village and brought to Mayhem, where I was sold to be a slave in the gladiator arena. I was made to fight and kill for years, with no end in sight. Most of my matches, I found Cleaver there, in the special box for the important people. And he would always watch me like a vulture watching dying prey.
Rua looks really upset at this, but listens carefully.
Alright, gonna pause you there for a moment and go back to the other group. So, Kagura, Allah, what are you doing?
Allah is just standing there, thinking to herself, keeping to herself. She's a little bit more calmed down at least, but still very shaken.
Kagura's just sitting nearby, eavesdropping on Grisura's story. The more he wants to learn more about this Cleaver, what's he like, what's his MO, and how dangerous he is.
Okay, look, I asked you.
Alright. So, Dennis, Alex, what are you doing?
Alex is kind of just leaning against the bar and looking over everyone that's currently in his little group and just kind of taking it all, what's happened over the past few hours, just taking it all in.
Oh, no! Sorry.
Dennis, what does your mug do again?
He pushed the button on his cabinet.
What does it do?
To see if it works. It's supposed to chill the water, but he's not. I haven't actually structured him to actually so this for comedy.
I can't understand you, so you'll have to type it. Okay, back to Rura and Grisura.
Our companion was right. I was lucky that day. The day that I escaped that hell.
Well, it sounds like you had help getting out, right?
Over the years, I formed a bond with the other slaves. I even learned Draconic from some of the Dragonborn that were forced to fight there. It was the elder folk that decided that as soon as there was a day that Cleaver wasn't there, we would rebel. I won't go into detail on how we got the keys. Trust me, you don't want to know. But as soon as the first cell was unlocked, everything was turning right for once. As I said, The only thing that would have made it better was if I had Cleaver's blood on my axe.
Rura gives her a sympathetic look and then looks downward for a second, unsure of what to say. And then she says, I'm not usually good with words. I've always kind of been alone. But I guess I think you're lucky. I mean, not in the fact you were captured or a slave, but the fact that you had parents and that you remember them. I didn't really have that. And I know you were also a slave and you had to do all those terrible things. I understand that. But just like how I had help, you also had help too. So that's a good thing.
That is one good thing. But then I get the nightmares. Nightmares. More like memories.
Well, the thing is about nightmares, though, is that they are just dreams. I know they're hard to forget and they can be very scary, but when you open your eyes, though, reality comes back, right? And you're still free.
I'm still free, but so is Cleaver. There's something I didn't say. Every time Cleaver attended my matches, he would give me this look. This disgusting look. Like a lecher. It seemed he enjoys my fighting more than he let on.
Well, there's a lot of bad guys like that. I know, because, well, I kind of went through the same thing. I mean, not the slave and fighting, but I
Calm down. Calm down.
It's just that I also was slightly a slave, I guess, is that's what they call it.
Slightly?
I was sold off, if that's what you called. I mean, I know that slave, I've heard the word. It involves, like, being held against your will and being sold off for something, right?
Exactly.
That's kind of what I was. When I was a child, no one knew how to take care of me because of, me being who I am. So when I was old enough, I ran away from the orphanage. That's what they're called, right?
I believe so.
You're right. No one really wanted me, so I ran, and I got caught by these weird, I don't know who they were very well. They caught me, put me in a cage, and they sold me to different people. They called me a cage songbird, I guess. So, I mean, I wasn't made to fight, but I know what you went through. But, like how you had help, someone helped me.
How did you escape?
A person, I don't remember them very well, but they were very kind to me. They found me and they helped me escape. I was really young, so the memories aren't very vivid, but they took me in like their own and, well, kind of raised me, I guess, to be who I am now. A little. So how you had help, so did I. So I know it's not completely the same, but
there is one other difference. After the rebellion, all of us went our separate ways, including myself. I traveled alone in this land, searching for a purpose, maybe find some thing that would give me some sort of peace. Up until the day I got drunk and got thrown in jail with the horse, I was always alone. But seeing as how Cleaver has taken someone she cares about, I don't feel any animosity towards her. I feel pity for her.
Well, I can understand that. But at least you're still looking for a purpose, right?
Yes.
And that's, I guess, the fun part. I mean, I was given a purpose thanks to the person I was with, and like you, I also was separated from them. I don't know where they are, and I was always alone. I mean, after getting them, I also became alone too. And I'm not good around people, but I like you guys.
Here's another thing. My purpose comes in 2 parts. It's the second part that's the hardest to find.
But that's the fun part, right? You get to look. You're free to choose and get to look. I guess I'm just trying to say, just look on the positive.
It'll be more fun when I take care of the first half of the purpose.
Alright, gonna pause you there. And we're going to go back to the other people. Kagura, Alex, what are you doing?
Alex stands up and he goes over to Laura, and he just kind of rests a hand gently on her and looks up at her and he says, "You doing all right?"
Laura takes a moment to look at him, and then she just simply nods. "I'm gonna need a little bit alone. Sorry."
He nods and slowly grabs her hand and gives her a light squeeze and looks her right in the eyes with a serious expression on his face and says, "We're going to find her. I promise you that."
She, a set of tears ran down her eyes once more, and she just tries to hide her face and lets go soon after. "Thank you. Sorry, I just need to go."
That's fair. Have a good rest.
Fiona, Kagura, what are you doing?
Kind of just headed up to bed right now.
Okay. Kagura?
Kagura, he's still listening to Grazura's story, but he does give an acknowledging glance to Alar.
Okay. Dennis? Roll me a straight intelligence check.
Okay, moment.
Also out of character. Congratulations on your cup working.
Okay, well, yep, you're able to read it, but word to the wise, if you want it to fail, don't roll. Anyway,
Okay.
back to Rura and Grizura.
Well, Rua just tries to smile, and she just says, "I know I'm not the best with words, but I guess just maybe give the group a chance. You may just get your goal, wish, right? After all."
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
What made you think this group would go after Cleaver with me?
Rua kind of pauses for a minute and just blinks, and then she shrugs. "I'm not sure, but I don't know."
I hold up a finger to shush her. We've only known each other for 2 days. Not enough time to truly get to know each other.
No, but I mean, that's what adventuring is for, right? To get to know each other, right?
It's going to take a lot of trust before I even consider asking them to help me find Cleaver.
Well, I mean, trust is not really the issue right now, right? I mean, Alar's sister is apparently taken by this Cleaver person, right? So technically, the goals are intertwined. That's the word? Yes, that's the word. So, I mean, might as well stick together, I guess, if they are intertwined. Right?
That's if the others want to go. Don't forget.
Then ask them.
Grisera then raises his eyebrow and hollers out to the three men. Hey, you want to go find Cleaver with us?
Alex thinks for a moment. He says, if I'm going to find Alara's sister, chances are we probably are going to run into him anyway. So, yeah, sure.
And if we find the sister before we find Cleaver?
Well, he's still a menace regardless, but, you know what, I promise you that if we find him, you can cut his head off. You get first dibs on cutting his head off, and we'll just play by ear whatever else happens.
See? There's one.
What about the rest of ya?
Frankly, I'm impressed that you're even asking this of us as soon as you are. I was expecting you to hold it in for a while.
Because I told her to.
Yes.
I mean, you never know unless you ask.
Yes, Rura, you truly are a positive influence on people.
I am? I just told her to ask. If she wants to know something, you ask. Question, right?
And I'm trying
Well, how long do you think it would have taken her to ask us if you hadn't told her to?
If she didn't want to, she didn't want to. She didn't need to ask. She asked though because she wanted to. She could have told me no.
That's what it says. That sounds like fun. And then he skips in the book to the weapons chapter and starts reading.
She needs our help. That doesn't necessarily mean that she was going to ask for it on her own.
You all can say no too. You don't have to help her, but I mean, if she wants to ask, she can ask. She asked, and you said, well, two said yes, right?
There's no needing to say no in this situation. I want to help her.
So Rura looks back to Grisera with a smile and like points to the guys. See?
They'll help the sister, but not me.
Oh, not necessarily. Sounds like this cleaver is... I suppose calling him dangerous would be understating it. Sounds to me like he's the kind of person who could hurt just about anyone, anywhere, at any time. And I'd rather not suffer such uncertainty in this land.
Besides, slave trading's a bad business, and I don't like bad businesses. So if we can shut him down, yeah, sure.
Rura just continues to grin.
Seeing that the others were determined, Grisera sides. If the others want to get in on it, fine. But I'm holding you to your word that I'd be the one to deliver the final blow to Cleaver. You can wear him down all you like, but the final blow is mine.
You can finish him off however you please, as long as I get to watch and be sure it's done.
Alex just raises up his hands and says, once he's on his knees, he's all yours.
By this point, you're not being given any more drinks. Neighbor has stopped giving you drinks, Grisera.
Rats.
He's cut you off.
No more. Yeah, Rura looks a little unsure. She says, I usually don't like violence, but I mean, I'll help where I can. I like this group, and this is one that actually, I think, likes me, even though I keep making mistakes. So I'll stick around for a bit and help too.
And before we meet Cleaver, we should train. At this point, we are far. He outmatches us by a large margin. We need to get stronger if we're even going to get within a feather of him.
Is that a joke?
No, because Cleaver is a Kenku.
So, you are all set on your path. You have a goal in mind, a plan. That is way too cheering.
That's what I was about to say. Hey,
So-
a D&D group finds its resolve while I play unfitting music.
So, as you begin to finish up for the night and retire for the evening, you all have a goal in mind, a plan. And the morning comes around. Surprisingly, the tavern is completely empty except for Nabit, who's currently cleaning the beer and other substance-stained table.
Ew.
You have the whole world. What do you plan to do?
Well, I'd say next maybe we should head to the Sandy place. If that's the hub of slave trade, then I'd say our best bet to get a glimpse of a lead on this guy is probably to go there.
But that place has lots and lots of outlaws, though. It's going to be really dangerous going there.
I personally
Yes,
prefer in-laws.
Yes, I would say. Yes, I must say, even where I'm from, Shady Sands is known as the proverbial hornet's nest.
Well, where do you guys reckon we should go then?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to get more information. We are looking for two people, the sister and the slaver, right? So maybe it's best to do some snooping around. Is that the word?
Maybe Macy does have something new to tell us. Yes, we could check in with her.
If I may make a proposal,
I think I'd like to get that waterproof spellbook.
What?
I do have a proposal. Seeing as how this Cleaver seems to run on a large empire under his name, perhaps it would benefit our cause to see that empire dwindled.
He is called Pirate King.
So
Yes.
what you're suggesting is that we go from say, for example, outpost to base or what have you, and then just slowly chip away at this entire empire of his until we become a problem he can't ignore?
Well, when you put it like that, I suppose such a grandiose endeavor would require help.
Not only help, but an extreme amount of courage, luck, and a large amount of stupidity as well.
Not to
Neighbor
mention you have a
calls out and
target among
says-
your group.
Naybert calls out at that and says, "Well, your wizard fella there has plenty of idiocy. Probably some to spare."
Look, I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying we better be prepared to know what we're getting into.
So maybe we should go after small places first before going after the big one. Because going into the big one without much knowledge or experience, yeah, is stupid. That's the word, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Stupid.
Let's head to nearby ones then. All our side.
The closest one is just north, up in somewhere.
Alrighty then. Seems like we're going somewhere, everybody.
Yay!
So,
it's a joke, dear. Don't worry about it. We're heading to the town of somewhere. It's just like right across, well, right through the shrubbery. It'll take us a bit to get there, but don't worry, we'll get there.
Basically, whoever named the towns on this island is extremely weird.
So, you head on out. Are you visiting anywhere before you leave?
I am visiting the magic shop.
Okay. You head in. Drar is there, holding a bouquet of red roses, and she's just breathing them with just this happy smile on her face as she wriggles in place.
Hello, Dra.
Hey. Yes, welcome back.
Said you had a waterproof spellbook?
She nods and she places it down and she says, I do, yes. It will cost
how much
you
was it?
70 gold.
Was that 70 or 17?
70.
70. Oh. I was assuming the gold in the treasure document is shared.
It is shared, yes. You can divide it up as you will. But you can do that after the session.
If I were to ask for permission to spend 70 gold, who would I ask?
The party.
Well, I asked the two party members who are next to me. Think it'd be okay if I spend some of the party's gold on this?
Sure, just don't tell Alex.
Okay.
For reference, this is the book in question.
Ooh, okay. So I buy it.
Alright. She smiles and she says, Alright, pleasure doing business with you. Here's your book and have a lovely day. Isn't everything just lovely? And you notice she's actually talking in more coherent sentences.
Yeah, Rura points to the flowers. She goes, Are those from Bad Breakfast?
She immediately goes red.
Oh, you're red again. So they must be from him.
Yes, is anything more you need? Perhaps and she digs into the pile of stuff behind her and pulls out this horn. Horn! It makes sound which no one here can hear except people you choose.
People you choose? How does that work?
She leans forward with this sort of smirk and says, Magic.
Oh.
I don't believe her. That doesn't make any sense.
She chuckles and she blows into it, yet none of you hear it. And then she does it a second time and you will hear it.
Hold on, guys. I need to close my door.
Okay.
Bro, that might actually be a useful item for signaling.
Everyone looks alert like, oh, that's cool. How much?
Well, this item is useful, so it's a little more expensive at 100.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No.
We do have 10 platinum. Were they in the bandit's pocket?
And I'm back.
Welcome back. But I don't have the platinum.
Well, it's in the treasure document.
Vierna and Alex platinum.
Yeah, they have the platinum.
I'll be right back. She runs to the nearest person, which is Vienna, right?
Vierna and Alex are about equally distant from him.
So either of you guys have them?
Well, they both kind of have, like...
Well, first, ask us for it and explain us what it's for.
Okay. So she runs up to them. She goes, I need money for a horn.
And he says,
What?
What now?
that Dragonborn, she has a horn door that if I blow into it, only certain people can hear it. Or people that I choose, yes. Can hear it. Like an alarm. It's pretty cool.
Huh.
Okay.
For reference, this is the item in question.
One creature of your choice can hear the horn's blare, provided the creature is within 600 feet of the horn and not deafened. No other creature hears sound coming from the horn. The horn gains 1d4 expended charges daily at dawn. So, you think this would be useful to us in alerting one of us if something goes wrong?
I mean, you never know.
Sounds like it sounds like it could have been rather useful for us when we were approaching the mimic earlier.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Rue's lung capacity was more than enough to get us to come running.
Yeah, but you guys were on alert, right? What if you guys aren't alerted and we don't act quick enough? This could be a good way to alert the others. Plus, it makes a really cool sound. You need to hear it.
How much is it?
10 platinum.
1 platinum.
1. Sorry, excuse me. You guys had 10.
No, 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Is it only 10 gold?
It's 10 platinum, which is 100 gold.
Oh, wow. Oof.
That's like all the platinum we have.
Oh, okay. I decided it could be useful.
I mean, look, I doubt it will go anywhere, so, you know what, I hear more often than not, adventuring is a very business, so, you know what, do some adventuring on our own, come back, and maybe, you know, when we have the money, we can get it.
You could always barter. Cool.
I just stepped into the shop. Hey, Drap, hold on to that horn for us, alright?
Yes, we'll put on the shelf. And she just dumps it on the floor underneath the shelf.
You just hear this massive, like, bang and a cat screeching.
Yeah, Rua kind of deflates like, oh, well. Where can I get arrows? I need more arrows.
You didn't retrieve the ones that you shot before?
You mean the ones that were probably burned to ashes along with the mimic?
Fair point. General store, I believe, might have them. Seeing as, you know, they're just wooden shafts with bits of metal on the end of it. That should be a common commodity.
Alright, I'm off.
I could stand to replenish my stock as well. I'll join you.
Is Min still on my back?
She is very hesitantly there, yes.
What was that?
She is there, but she clearly is kind of rethinking her life choices.
Life choices on which master?
All our pets Min.
So, as you enter the shop, you see this tiny little figure with these bowl-shaped ears and this hat that looks more like it's folded in on itself than anything. She gives a smile as she says, "Oh, welcome, dears. I am Miss Bradley. How can I help you? This is Miss Bradley's Bradleys."
Cute. She says that, by the way, Rua. She goes, cute, and points
You're
at...
cute yourself, dearie. I haven't seen an Aarakocra in years.
Aarakocra used to be here?
Oh, no. I went on a whole spirit journey thing to the, elemental plane of air.
Yeah. Oh, great. We're buying stuff from a stoner now.
Oh, I guess you've met my son then.
God.
Alex leans in towards Venera and he just mutters, well, if we are buying from a stoner, at least we might get a cheaper bargain.
Do you have any flasks?
Flasks. Yes, I
and
have,
arrows.
arrows. I don't have too many of them. I have about 20. That'll cost you about 7 silver. But as for flask, I've got a couple of those. They're about a copper each.
I give whoever has the money a look that says, pay up.
For future reference, the treasure dock is basically going to be like a proverbial bag of holding that everyone can pull out of if they need to. So the money is available to everyone. Just for ease.
Alrighty then. But yeah, the 30 gold's already been no wait, that's 30 gold from the bandit. Where the hell's my head at? So yeah, reaches it and then pulls out how many gold was it? 2 gold? 1 gold?
It was a copper.
A copper, alright. Pulled out 1 gold and gave it to Mrs. Brightly.
Now, as a reference, I'm not going to be editing that document, so if you want to keep track of your gold and edit it, you're going to have to, because I'll be subtracting it, but I'm not adding it. You have to do that yourselves.
Alright.
So, you pay the 7 silver and 1 copper for the flask and arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She motions around and says, well, there you go, dearies. Feel free to look around. I have plenty of paper. The cartographers, they tend to go through a lot.
It sounds to me like you would know all about that, wouldn't you, Alex?
Yes, I would. To which, he finally steps down from and he just waves and he says, "Hi, Miss Brightly."
Hey! Nice to see one of my regulars. The usual?
No, I'm not really in the market for any more scribe paper right now.
Sure you are. You're a cartographer. She gives a chuckle and places down this large stack of parchment. That'll be about a gold, dearie. The regular discount.
Yeah. Which, out of his own pocket, he pulls another gold.
Alright, so you now have 10 pieces of parchment.
Awesome.
Do you need any ink with that, or are you good?
I'm good with the ink.
She nods. Alright, well, feel free to look around. But
Riva looks satisfied with her new arrows and kind of just hops out to go outside.
Alright. So are you done shopping?
I am.
Anyone else?
I am.
Okay.
I just need to fill my flask and I'm good.
She gives the thumbs up, and anyone else need to shop?
Not really.
She waves you off and says, "Come back soon. I'm always getting new stock in."
Oh yeah, that's a good question. What happened to our 10 platinum? Because we didn't buy anything with it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. That was my bad. I'll let it back.
It's the 70 gold that got removed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I removed 70.
Okay. So, you will finish your preparations and you prepare to leave. Where are you going?
Well, we're heading to somewhere.
Okay. And that is where we're going to end it tonight.
Ooh.
Okay.
There's one thing I want to do. There's one thing I want to do before we end this off.
All right. Roll.
At one point, as Kagura is trailing behind, Grisura, he starts muttering something in Draconic. Whoever this Cleaver is, whatever he may be capable of, all I know is that he's a threat to you, Emerald, and I will see him die.
Get in line. Grisera mutters back in Draconic.
Kagura looks a bit shocked at the fact that Grisera actually understood him, but he gives a smirk. He's impressed.
So,
Talking about killing someone, are you?
do you say that in Draconic? Do you understand Draconic?
He understands Draconic. I'm just trying to determine if you responded in Draconic or Common.
Regardless, you begin to walk on your way, and that's where we end. I hope you all had fun.
Ooh!
Mm-hmm.
We did.
We survived the mimic, and I got caught again. I'm bad with traps.
That was probably one of our best fights I think we've had as a group so far.
And roleplay.
Can't believe I missed the tendrils twice. Oh well.
Yay! I know.
For those of you tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely day, and remember to leave a little bit of mayhem in your life, or whatever. Bye bye.
You're upset about not hitting with
a centaur druid from the cold region of Mayhem. She is from a druid tribe which is going up north to explore the issues of the world.
Alexander Goldgale. He is a human warlock. Specifically, he belongs to the cartographers that are based in Nowhere. His family is relatively well known, one of the top map makers, and that is probably perhaps in due part to his family's patron. But much like Nick, that's all I'll say on that until much later.
Dennis Merlin. He wants to run a magic shop in the future, but every magic item he makes either falls apart or catastrophically fails on use for some reason. And he's a graduated wizard from Frozen, and he's inherited an ancient book that contains terrible secrets, even though he can't keep a secret to save his life.
I am Kagura Hayashi. I am a fox Hengeyokai rogue, pretty much a runaway noble who got tired of being cooped up in one place, aced all his life, and decided to roam the land.
Grisera the Virulent. Originally, she grew up in a town with her human father and orc mother. But when she was a child, her village was attacked and destroyed by bandits, who not only slain her parents, but sold Grisera into a gladiatorial slave ring and to this coliseum in somewhere. For years, she fought viciously for her own life, and only after fighting in a rebellion to save herself and the other slaves that she found freedom. Now she's traveling the land of Mayhem, searching for a new purpose.
Rura? She is a bird, basically, a bird person. She was herself a roadrunner. She grew up, well, technically, slightly grew up in Full Mother City, but she was an orphan. Arakakra aren't really known in this region very well, so no one really knew how to care for her, so she was bumped a lot from foster home to orphanages all over the place. So she never had any parents, didn't really know what it was like to be a part of a family or anything like that. Then she got captured and started being sold off because of her rare race. She was saved by somebody who took her out of that and has felt very indebted, to them. But a bandit attack separated them, and she was off on her own. So at the moment, she is lone wandering ranger.
Vierna to Sin, a drow cleric. What happens was she was a talented but unruly daughter of a crime lord in the capital, and eventually said crime lord sent her away to wizard school to learn some discipline and also magic, because that's what you do at a wizard school. And a few months later, she got bored, dropped out, and ran off to become a pirate. And she really liked being a pirate, but her captain eventually decided that he wanted to go into the slave trade, which he responded with a mutiny. And then, well, that got crushed, she got marooned, and then she was eventually from being marooned by clerics of the sea god Sashkalas. Eventually, she joined that clergy out of, well, really more out of gratitude than anything else. And she's based out of, well, they're in full